your mind is okay. Off your mind, what you decide like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
People make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. It is live. I know some of you are. Is this live? You know, there are so many things that will make you think it's not live. It is. You see, the only way you will know that Maiyegun is not live is when you see premiering showing on your screen. All right, that's the cutout part of my broadcast. So I'm actually doing this briefly before my main program tonight. So if you have the time of joining me now, it's a great pleasure. I just want to yab them, those who believe they were smart to have conspired with Boko Haram, the terrorist apologists from the Sahel, for power, money, fame, and every other things that they might have hoped for. Today, the only thing that Boko Haram and APC Egbekegbe brought upon everyone, including those who parlayed with them, is mystery, poverty, death, terrorism, things that make you feel like maybe they should have started regretting their action, but no, they've learned nothing. I have realized that those who brought Boko Haram to power have learned nothing. They are scheming again. But this time around, they didn't know that if you want to dine with the devil, you need to have a very, very long spoon. I'm going to name names. I'm going to mock you. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to tell you what I think you should be doing. The northern Nigeria who have proved to everybody that Nigeria agenda is only Nigeria agenda as long as it suits the northern leeches, parasites. See, if you are from the northern Nigeria, sometimes you might actually see me as somebody that doesn't really appreciate you or value you. No. In fact, when I talk, I love to be a bit specific with who I'm addressing because I know that using a blanket statement on the generality of the people is totally unfair. And that's why I don't use it. However, we know that your elite, I don't know how many of them that are actually so different, but the elite, the Fulani elite from the north, political elite, religious, and all of them, they have one agenda. And that one agenda is to keep Nigeria what it is now, even worse. And in all of this power tozu agenda, this and that, if you look very well, if you are from the northern Nigeria, all right, if you look very well, you realize that none of these, their agendas over the years, none of them really served any of your own interest. When they put the number down, when they say, okay, yeah, let's check the number and compare the numbers, they'll say, the poverty capital of the world, oh, the northern Nigeria take the chunk of that statistics. The, educationally disadvantaged region, they'll say, oh, northern Nigeria takes a share of it. Then you ask yourself, before this advent of terrorism 10 years ago, your elite brought terrorism in order just to, one way or the other, keep or, grasp power. It backfired because they never cared for you. They never cared about everyone, every living thing living in northern Nigeria, but they continue to make you believe that they care when they don't. So they brought terrorism. Rather than them, finally, that they have the power to protect you, they are leveraging on it, making billions and billions of dollars from it, locally and internationally, in the name of trying to stop those who are killing you. Now, whatever they have brought upon Nigeria now, what they call the One Nigeria Project, which is actually the northern greedy elite, agenda, we have come to know. They are southern stooges. You see those ones that love to be called this, that, governor, senator, leaders, and all those nonsense they love to be called. Irresponsible, many of them. Public opinion is now speaking against them to continue to be in bed with the elites from northern Nigeria who sit back and they lay back and watch you, Abdullahi, if you are from Zamfara, take a selfie, drop it in that comment before you say any stupid things. Ibrahim from Zamfara, Salisu from Zamfara is only feeling good on social media. That is why the mental health of Nigerians in the last 6 years has depreciated so badly that if they should put it to test, you will realize that somebody who is normal, who just read the news about 50 people massacred in Zamfara, should not feel so normal to go on social media and start defending Boko. No, whatever they've brought is now affecting people who was never part of that arrangement, including myself. I was never part of the arrangement of those who told you that Boko will make your life better. Now, we are paying the price from a distant Ijebu land, distant Ibarapa land. Do you know the distance? That's the calamity they brought. So those who brought them, they are now feeling the public opinion, the heat of the public opinion, where people are now saying, if you don't cut off all this nonsense you entered us into, by the time this whole thing will go down, all of you will go down with it, including Nigeria. Now, their friends from the north are now giving them conditions if they want power. Mind you, it should have been a power sharing arrangement normally. But now, Nigeria is not a place you make a deal. It's like making a deal with the devil. And the devil is the Fulani terrorists who have been hiding behind so many things in the name of Nigeria. So they brought terrorism to us. That is not the only thing they brought to. Let us start from the start. Before they came into power, Nigeria had 13 million unemployed people. You can write this down because they are facts. These are not fiction now. And that's what will help you to understand the damages they have done, to the point that they have gotten away with many of them, or they believe they will get away with many of them, only if they can keep power. Now, for the first time, they feel threatened by what they have done and the consequences of that. So make a breakdown down for you, small, how this whole thing affects you. I am not here to talk about those they promised position, promised fortune, and promised this or that. Who gives a damn about all of them? But how did them coming to power affect and changed your life and changed everything as you knew them back then? It's not like we are not talking about 20 years ago. I'm talking about 6 years ago. 13 million people officially were unemployed. And from their statistics, they said over 40 million were underemployed. What is underemployment? Underemployment is when you are, let me say you have a higher education qualification. Let's say you have a secondary school qualification, or you have a ND or HND, all those qualifications that are not really degree yet. But despite the factor that, despite your education, right, you are working as a school teacher. You are even lucky. Well, let's use that. Maybe you are even a graduate, right? But you are working as a school teacher, earning in a private school, earning 10,000 naira. The minimum wage back then, I think, was 18,000 naira. That is next to, you may call it a job, something some of you call managing until something better comes, right? That is underemployment, but you still feel like you have a job. So they said about 40 million of you were underemployed in different categories, depending on what job you think you are doing. But you know that job will never pay for your rent. It will never pay for your children, school fees. It will never really take care of anything. But you are getting by, as you always said, right? You are about 40 million. And those who had no job were 13 million. In 6 years, you now have over 35 million officially unemployed people. And you now have over 80 million underemployed people. And the economy they created is what they call the trader money economy. The one that they will give you 10,000 naira to start a business so that you can be out of poverty. The one they will give you 30,000 naira to help your business, pure water business, so that you can be out of poverty. Those are the economy they created when a dollar was 198 naira to a dollar. Today, a dollar to a naira, a naira to a dollar is now 500 naira to a dollar. The minimum wage in Nigeria, they pegged it at 30,000 naira. They are not even paying it. So you might think you have job even right now, but by the time you compare all these variables, you will see how they destroyed you. And how did they do it? It is not corruption of stealing money alone. You know what they did? Nigeria is an import-dependent economy, which means Nigeria depends solely, Nigeria depends over 80% on importation to run the country, including petroleum. These guys came in and they said, in order to make the naira strong, they were going to make sure that oil drilled in Nigeria will be refined in Nigeria to save cost, save money from importation and all of that, and at the same time end subsidy. Well, they didn't strengthen the naira. They said they were going to diversify the economy and encourage more people to invest in agriculture, whereby more jobs can be created. They didn't do that either. Now, let's start with that of the petroleum. In one of their promises, they said they were going to build one refinery per year. So they should have built 6 new refineries by now. But when they came in, the refineries they met, the moribund cash swallowing refineries that the PDP spent money on for 16 years. When APC came in, APC spent over $10 billion, but you are not reading that from anywhere. That is part of the fraud, part of a jail time crime that they have committed, that only if they can keep power for longer than 2023, that all of this can be further buried in the archives. They didn't build refineries. They said they were renovating the refineries. But first, they said they removed subsidy from 87 naira per liter of petroleum. That jumped to 145 naira per liter. 5 months after that, the report came out that they didn't remove subsidy. They were in fact paying more on subsidy, despite lying to all of you that the only way for the government to be able to build the country was to save money from subsidy. In 3 years, while you were paying 145 naira per liter, in 3 years, they have spent over 4 trillion naira on oil fuel subsidy. No refinery was rebuilt. None was renovated. Rather, they came out to celebrate the partnership they have with Niger Republic, whereby Niger Republic will be refining 40,000 barrels of crude oil to give back to Nigeria. Another fraud they didn't tell you. Before they came in, they said the total fuel consumption in Nigeria daily was 2.5 million liters. And because of that, they pegged the subsidy they pay on each liter on that consumption. When these guys came in, they are now saying that Nigerians are now using daily over 6 million liters of oil. That means you are using 6 million liters of fuel every day. When you have to owe them on how much subsidy they paid, they will tell you that, well, you consumed more. The rot in NNPC is so bad that for the first time in years, NNPC declared zero revenue. Don't think I'm actually making all this up. They are facts. Now, they celebrated a partnership with Niger Republic that will be refining 40,000 from 25,000 crude oil, to 40,000, and that will give you, I don't know, maybe that will give you 100,000 or 200,000 liters out of the 6 million that they have to import to make sure that you have fuel every day. Now, in order to make you feel like it's not because they don't have any plan, they have plan after all. There is a Dangote refinery. Nigeria as a country cannot build one single refinery that functions, that refine fuel for the people. No single one can be built and managed successfully. But Dangote can build a refinery. Dangote from Kano. It is so crazy, so sad for an average Southerner not to see all this economic sabotage that are deliberately targeted at all of you who dream big of how to build a real country than those who actually want to build a caliphate. They destroyed all that. Dangote refinery will save everybody. But you know what? We need to remove subsidy again. And to do that, you will begin to buy fuel for 250 naira per liter and above. And you don't need a refinery. Dangote is building one. and everybody will have to live by Dangote's dictates. Imported caliphate capitalism, where they robbed Peter to pay Paul. Dangote refinery, sponsored by the money stolen from Nigeria, stolen from you, but disguised, cleaned, and called loan from their partners from abroad. How wonderful. Dangote can build a refinery, but Ogun State government and Ogun State people who have liquid natural gas in abundance, in God, they dare not think of partnering with any partners from abroad, from all over the world, to develop their liquid natural gas and make money from it to develop Ogun State. Yes, they can't. Imo people cannot develop, Abia people cannot develop their own oil deposit. They cannot refine all their own liquid natural gas as well, because they are part of Nigeria and they are not Fulanese. That's part of it. So, this same criminal government turned 35 million of you. Well, to be very, very honest, what they succeeded in doing was that while you were busy reading all the front, all this, Aspire to Maguire nonsense from Oshimbade and co. about the future that you have no idea about, they were busy pillaging the whole place, destroying the policy. They targeted the South in a never seen before in history. First, they destroyed the currency more by making Naira more valueless. And who do you really think spend the Naira genuinely for business? Southerners. They are those who don't get subsidy, dollar subsidy from CBN. They don't get dollar subsidy from anywhere. They don't get, discounted, what do you call it? Discounted interest rates from institutions simply because they have the Presi-DLC. The Southerners. And when you say the Southerners, please don't let us be economical with the truth. We are talking about the Igbos. They are the businessmen and women, where you see Emeka International. Yes, it's not somebody who is going to be bragging about with 5 wives, 6 wives, and 50 children paid for by the taxpayers' money simply because Emeka is a senator. No, Emeka is somebody who came from that generation of those they gave 20 pounds to after the genocide called the Civil War. Emeka come from that generation. He come from that ethnic. He come from that nationality. And he made his money in that rigged system. And he got attacked economically. Without shooting a gun at Emeka, they went straight for the monetary policy. When they came in, they started what is called round tripping. A serious economic sabotage. It's economic sabotage that should get people, powerful people, jailed. You know what happened? They started what is called round tripping. Don't let anybody rigmarole you in with all that big grammar. I will break it down for you. You know what is called round tripping? Well, round tripping is when middlemen who have no business with monetary, anything monetary, what have you, they have the advantage. And you, a businessman, a businesswoman, remember, Nigeria is an import-reliant economy, import-reliant country. They import virtually everything. Now, an Igbo man is ready to go anywhere to bring his finished product back to Nigeria legitimately. Then he needs to change that Naira of his to the currency of the country he wants to go and trade with. And they have been doing it. You will see Emeka China, Obi China. I'll keep using Emeka and Obi. Those are the names that come to my mind. The others are, Nnamdi, Chinedu, Uche and Uche and Sons. You know what I mean? These are the guys that will have small kiosk here. Small shop here. And they own the entire building because their real storage is at the back of that building. And he is there sitting with you without claiming to be the CEO that you have to fill a form before you can see him. He lives his life that way, but he moves millions. Not in your Naira. In different currencies all over the world that he trades with. But he doesn't control the currency. Hausa Fulani man who lives on subsidy, those who started from quota system, and then they fraudulently put something in called federal character that they will never honor, right? Which put them and placed them in position of authority that decide things. Emeka may have billions. Umoru doesn't need billions to control what Emeka can do with all of his money. Uche may have this brilliant economist, business-oriented people who manages his millions and his billions for him, locally and internationally, because they were educated to manage that. But you see that Salisu, Bokuwari from Daura, he doesn't need any degree. All he needs is that his identity, a Fulani man. He can be the director of currency where he had no idea. And that's exactly what happened. Emeka needs to have access to dollars to transact with his partners who are ready to give him their goods. And Emeka needs to meet time payments. That was where Umaru and Muhammad came in. They became the middlemen. So therefore, before Emeka can get access to any dollar, Emeka will have to buy that dollar on the terms of Muhammad and Umaru, who have no idea about any business. So that is called round tripping. So for Emeka Emeka could no longer go to CBN officially and get his dollar at the CBN rate anymore. Emeka will have to what? Emeka will have to deal with Muhammad based on Muhammad's terms and whatever Muhammad has to offer. That was called round tripping. That destroyed so many businesses. That destroyed so many lives. Many people never recovered from that. That was what is called economic jihad. And those who suffered that, they are alive. They found a way around it, but many people did not recover from it. Many people lost everything. Economic jihad. So, a dollar that should be 199 naira to a dollar became 500 naira to a dollar. What do you think Emeka will do? Emeka has already lost half of his investment, if not 2/3 of his investments, just for trying to get currency to trade. Do you understand what that simply means if you're not a Buhari idiot? Because all this doesn't make any sense to any Buhari idiot, I know. Because to them, it is only because you are corrupt. That is why your business is suffering. It is only because you are corrupt. That is why the custom is holding onto your import. It's not because you are an Igbo man. Don't let me even go there for those who have suffered that target as well at the port. So when you finally bring your goods to Nigeria, you will need to clear them. And do you know who is in charge of the custom? Do you know who is in charge of the ports? Another Diko, another Umaru from somewhere in the north who has been told we are waging economic jihad on these people, but they have no idea yet. Why they targeted those ones for years. And so many businesses relocated from Nigeria. Unemployment skyrocketed. More people fell into poverty. Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world. And crime increased as well. Not just that, I just gave you an idea of how they targeted you without touching you. Then they unleashed terrorists on our farms. Another way that people survive in Nigeria under all manner of criminal government that has come and gone is that people resort to small farming, large small farming. People actually knows that to curb the world hunger, we need to go into farming. Genuinely, we need to go back to farming. I agree with that. Maybe do our farming different ways that we actually really produce and then, we grow what we eat. Genuinely, I support that. But you can't do that in Nigeria. You know why? Nigeria has become a big endangered place for, the farmers in Nigeria. If you are from any part of Nigeria as a farmer, you are now an endangered person, endangered species from that trade you choose. Without hurting or harming anybody, you can lose your life. People are losing their lives. Farmers are losing their lives. This is another economic jihad that these Fulani terrorists waged on the south. They destroyed all the farms in northern Nigeria. And for those who are able to keep theirs, they were forced to pay taxes to terrorists. And Nigerian government is looking away. But in southern Nigeria, people who are supposed to be growing their own food, they are leaving their farms, they are leaving their lands, they are running for their lives. Those who couldn't run have been massacred, they have been butchered, and the story buried. So all of these are the reactions to what Buhari has made Nigeria, poverty capital of the world. Our young people, which many of you are not thinking about right now, our young people who are now the victims of this rotten system from southern Nigeria, who have had to survive through this grievous experience. No plan, no nothing. We are not talking about their education. We're not talking about healthcare. We're not talking about the pension of those who worked, served Nigeria for years, and now old, retired to be enjoying their pension and their old age. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about not being killed by terrorists. And here we are. Miyetti came. And they said, it's either you accept these guys, it is either you accept them, or you forget that long dream of 2023 and power. And here I am, a southerner will attack me, who abuse me, who call me names, simply because I disagree with an arrangement that says I have to be subjected to this kind of experience in the hands of those who have done worse, and they have never been held responsible, and they would never be held responsible. How do you think I should feel? You as a southerner, when do you really think you are going to get to know that Nigeria is not really for you? When? I am not the smartest in the room. I'm not the most intelligent in the room. I am not, in fact, you're kind of a guy that you can call smart. But let me tell you something. There's a word that you can actually use for me. Sincere. Not just one, 2 words. Sincere and honest. In all things, I love to work with facts. What they are hiding from you is so much that they believe that the consequences of that, if you come to know, will be so damning that giving you power will even make them regret ever doing what they are doing right now. Now, that is what puts you and I in a pretty much a fixed situation where you think these guys you are dealing with are going to be ethical enough or be morally enough, to respect mutual understanding. Like, well, if enough SARS for 8 years, let it go to the south. That is something you will agree with, right? But it is now coming with a condition that you must unban open grazing. What exactly is their intention? What exactly is what they want from us? They wanted to kill Sunday Igboho. They want to kill Nnamdi Kanu. They have killed thousands of Biafrans. And their excuse is that you can't go away and you have to part with your lands. Now that it's obvious that it's going to be really, really, really difficult, they're never going to get any land. Not the way they are asking for it. They will not get any land. Then they are giving you conditions if you want peace. The template is there. The mirage of 2023 is so obvious that yes, you can tell yourself that they dare not. But ask yourself, what do you have to fight them? Because you can mock Sunday Igboho. You are laughing. A Southern laughing that they try to kill Sunday Igboho. You are laughing. You are laughing at something that is still going to kill you. You have no idea. You don't. Well, if you have no way of escaping when this whole thing comes down, trust me, you have no right. You have no idea. They're laughing and they're mocking at what they did to Sunday Igboho, or what they are doing to the Biafrans right now. You have no idea what they are going to do to you, because you're going to find yourself in that fix too. You are. They have come out clean. They are scared. And you see, when the bullies are scared, that is the moment they will become irrational. Irrational things will become rational to them. And you will be scared to death from even asking a question. Now, that will then bring you to the state we all are now, the state of resistance. You are going to be a resistant too. You're going to be a resistance too. We are all going to be resistant. We are going to resist all together. But we should be very clear. What would our resistance be all about? Is it going to be another mirage? A mirage of, if you don't give us power, we are going to break away. Where it was simply about selfish, egoistic journey for these guys who brought us here in the first place. We should be very clear. What would our resistance be all about? When we all come together to agree, there's so much price to pay. Some of these prices, you are not going to be asked or be given a choice. At this point, Miyetti Allah believes that the Southern governors, the Yoruba governors especially, they are hiding Sunday Igboho. Which, to me, if they are, it will be the first noble thing they have done for the Yoruba people. If the Yoruba governors are currently protecting Sunday Igboho, it will be the most beautiful idea, the most beautiful things that they have ever done for the Yoruba people is to protect Sunday Igboho. But yeah, plus or minus, the Fulanis are concerned. Let me tell you something. These guys, these Fulani terrorists, they know that those of us who came out to call their bluff and tell them that sooner or later, this whole thing is going to end and it's going to blow on their faces very soon. We are those who they know are being honest and they can deal with us in their own way. But they also know that, you see those political class, the royal fathers, this and that from the south, they are merely tolerating them. They are like trained, traumatized dogs, traumatized but loyal dogs. And with the way they have been bullied so far, these Fulanis believe that if these loyal dogs should get a hold of power, they will deal with us, and they don't want to take that risk. So they know they are merely tolerating them. So everything going on in the south, whether the governors pretend that they don't know, whether the senators and all of them pretend that they don't know, the Fulanis in the villa, they don't trust them. Do you understand that? They don't trust them. And trust means that sooner or later, they are going to be the targets of their attacks too. Targets of assassination and the rest, to spread fear. So, last, all of us would have to agree that if there's anything that should unite the South now, is the southern breakaway from northern Nigeria. Bite me if you can. Scream at me if you can. But look at me very well. You will be lying to yourself if you continue to believe in one Nigeria, the one that you as a southerner you are being led by different laws, and the northerners are being led by different laws in the same country that allows a gumi to know and meet the terrorists in their den, protected by the DSS, Nigeria military, Nigeria police, logistic provided by the governors. Who knows where these terrorists are? But they will never go there and round them up. That is a law for the North. But when Nnamdi Kanu meets through the virtual meeting with the IPOB members worldwide, when they hold the flag on the street with their selfie sticks and phones, flags, bandanas, and here and there, sometimes with band sets, peaceful and lively, they are considered as terrorists that are so dangerous that Farouk, Lawani, Ibrahim Muhammadi is so triggered, so angered, so enraged that he became so happy when he saw the soldiers, the policemen, shooting live ammunition against peaceful people. That is a country of two laws. When you see Salisu telling you that and showing so much happiness that a terrorist government without any warrant or any investigation moved in the middle of the night into a residential area of a civilian and they killed 2 people, destroyed the property, and kidnapped 13 people, then alleged and accused them of being terrorists. Isn't that 2 laws? You as a southerner, think about that. Today in Biafra land, being an Igbo man has become a crime that you have to prove to them that you are not Igbo enough before they will let you go. How sad is that? If they hold you today in eastern Nigeria and first thing they will call you, are you a member of IPOB? IPOB is the abbreviation for Indigenous People of Biafra. IPOB. That is something bigger than a mere association as they will want you to see it as. When Boko Haram proscribed IPOB, he didn't know that what he prescribed was that he prescribed the people of eastern Nigeria, that includes the Igbos, that includes the Jaws, that includes the Yorubas, that includes the Shekiris, that includes everyone that comes from today's Niger Delta, which historically we all know that the regions was the name given to the regions were just for political vendetta that will later become something that Bokwari will brag about today and called the Igbo people the dots in a circle. 60 million people dot in a cycle. Eastern Nigeria. But fine. You have to prove that you are not Igbo enough, or else there is a target on your back. And you can never stop proving it to them that you are not Igbo enough. You will have to deny Igbo, deny everyone, deny everything to prove to them, because if you dare brag about how Igboistic you are, how proud Igbo you are, then in the book of the Nigeria terrorist government, you are a terrorist. Think about that. That is exactly what they are doing to us in Yoruba land too. If we allow them to go ahead and criminalize Sunday Igboho, that simply means me and you will be tagged criminals. By who? By the terrorist apologists, those who are releasing terrorists and then rehabilitating terrorists, those who have a national coordinator and national defender and national commissioner for terrorists in Nigeria in the name of Sheikh Osama Gumi. I called him Sheikh Bin Laden Gumi. So if you let that happen, what you are doing is that you are validating the target they put on your backs. They already put targets on our backs. By who? By those who are watching school children being kidnapped, raped, and sexually violated. Those who are watching innocent people being kidnapped and massacred are calling you and me terrorists. That is the theory of two countries ruled by Fulani terrorists. That is why we won't let that happen. So they said, if you want power, you must let all our Fulani cows walk everywhere we want. Listen to that. You and me should be talking about the future of our children, their education, their safety, jobs, infrastructures, things that improves the economy. That is who we are in the South. Competitive economically, competitive scientifically, competitive in everything that promotes and progresses us, but not things that depreciate us. I can go on and on and on, but let me stick to my time. I am going to meet you later tonight. I'm bringing Julie. Julie is going to join me later tonight. Those who have threatened us, telling us that if you want a presidency in 2023, you have to ban, you have to lift on open grazing. So what will happen is this. Politicians are going to tell you they're going to go back and design something, just like Pastor Ruga has been trying for years to sell Ruga to you. Okay? Fulanis, they put themselves together. They drafted a committee. They said that committee should design or develop a template of national livestock. National livestock nonsense that they have 19 states in northern Nigeria. 19 states, so for 6 years, none of them could try and practice Ruga. Miyetti could not pressurize any of the states, including all the Fulani governors in those states, to give lands and build one sample Ruga, take the video and the pictures, resettle all the Fulani terrorists from the Sahel and all of them that are currently occupying the forest of Yoruba land. No single state built one Ruga to show us what it looks like, how to resettle Fulani terrorists with their AK-47 in a new community and all of that, with schools, hospitals, roads, and all of that. No single one of them built one in 6 years. But Miyetti is not threatening them to build them Ruga. So they put committee together. They now put Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga. They made him the chairman of that committee, Fulanis. And what is their target? Middle Belt and Southern Nigeria, where they can get lands. They have no idea if they can build irrigation system that can actually grow grass from the desert. You get what I mean now? They don't want to do that. Rather than spend money in building irrigation, they spent over $3 billion looking for oil so that they can see if they have to let all of you go in the south. They use southern money to look for oil. I mean, oil in the desert. When they dig, they found water. Instead of them to tap that water and start build, they say, if life throw you lemon, you should make a lemonade from it. Is that not what they say? So they took money from southern Nigeria, billions of dollars, to go and drill for oil in northern Nigeria. Now they found water. Instead of them to put a pumping machine inside that well, they dug, and pump water out and wet the whole area with millions of cubic of water, and then grow grass from those deserts. And they can resettle everyone that is now relocating to the south, killing and kidnapping people. They didn't do that. They didn't build one single ruga. But look at Ibrahim Oloribu from Zamfara. That will be telling me that, imagine that insult, by the way. Somebody from Zamfara telling me that you either lift the ban. This is Nigeria. We are free to move anywhere. The Were cannot move anywhere. The Were that is here, jumping up and down. The Were cannot move anywhere in his own community. Not in his Zamfara. But he wants cow to be roaming the street of Lagos, cows on the street of Abeokuta, cows entering our children's schools in Odo-Ogbolu. Because that's what they will love. Do you get that now? No single ruga was built. You as a northerner, ask yourself, if those Fulani elite actually loves you and they love the north, and they want to use this power for you, why is it that no single state has built one ruga to resettle this terrorist? But the plan is not to build ruga. I have told you that repeatedly. You will be too naive to believe that they actually wanted to build ruga. No. What they want is that they want southern Nigeria to give them lands in thousands of acres. Okay? And this land must be very close to sea. So they tried two things. Among many other things they tried. They brought what is called Water Resources Bill. Some of you will see it, a well-printed document, Water Resources Bill. They put other junks there, but they are all just smoke screen. What is Water Resources Bill? That Water Resources Bill will give the government of Nigeria the power to claim all of the waterways, including all your rivers, all your distance, anything we shall link to the other will be waterways. They will be the one to control that. They will be regulating it. Whether you have to go on it, whether you can go on it to go and fish, whether you can go on it to do any cruise trip or anything. So they will be the one to tell you, you will need that right, and they can take it away. Or in fact, they will take it away. Now, not just that, in that Water Resources Bill, they are also claiming that once that bill passes, 6 kilometers from every water, right? 6 kilometer land from the water bank to the back. You have to take 6 kilometer distance. Let me put it this way, because 6 kilometers, it may be too complicated. Let me put it this way. Let's say this is the Bar Beach in Lagos. Here. So the water is here everywhere. Federal government owns it. The Fulani owns the water. You see the land from here, that's land, enter Lagos. That means all of you who are currently claiming to be Lagosians, the calamity Tifnubu brought to now, if they pass that Water Resources Bill, that means 6 kilometer land from that water belongs to the Fulanis, the Fulani government of Nigeria. 6 kilometers, God knows how many travel. To travel 6 kilometers, I don't know how far is 6 kilometers. You know that River Niger, that they are building second Niger bridge that never finish. Now, imagine that you are the River Niger on the side of Onitsha, and you are very close to the bank. Now, think of 6 kilometers into town, and all the land belong to the Fulani terrorists, so that they can be very close to. Now, you know what they want to do with those land? They will resettle the Fulani terrorists at the bank of the river. Okay? Then they will create local government areas, depends on those areas that those falls to, whether na east or whether na west or anywhere. These mad people, who are landlocked though, they don't have any sea, they don't have anything there. Oh. Arugungu River, it's not enough for them in Kebi. The people who no get water, people who no get access to sea, they are calling the Igbos landlocked. No be juju be that. Fulani telling Igbo people that they are landlocked, their land is locked. There's nowhere to have access to. They have no access to sea. But the same mad people will tell you, Onitsha, second Niger bridge, Onitsha, second Niger, and River Niger. What is that? People will come from Daura, the desert, Sokoto Kano, desert. They will confidently tell you that the Igbos are landlocked. And you believe them. So they will control the water. 6-kilometer land. Oh boy. Then they will create local government areas for them. You'll be there, they will create their emirs for them. And everything, all of you are running away from, they will bring it closer to you. Say you won't fight. Their government resettlements. They will be collecting allocation. When they give you Anambra State local government areas, by the time you read all your local government area, you will get to Alufulani local government area, Zamfara Kurunu local government area, Zugunu Jaganu, Boko Haram, whatever local government. You will have them. But it will take a lot of time for them to achieve that. Trust me. That will take a lot of move. Let me keep my my gun dry, my gunpowder dry. I'm gonna see you later tonight. If you have the time, join me. If you don't have the time, I'll see you some other time. Okay. Julie is gonna join me later tonight. Julie, I know you are likely gonna be watching, and if you are not, I've sent you an email, and I hope you get it. You and I are going to talk a lot about the rally in London on the 31st of July in London, as well as so many other rallies that are coming up every day. Listen, people are going to the parliament every day. If you want to know what is going on, there are those who are organizing rally. There are those who are organizing smaller, rally. I saw a video earlier today where our brothers, they went to the parliament to deliver a letter, a petition, over the arrest and over the kidnapping and abduction of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. So that's a serious things now, and stuffs like that people need to know, and you can know where you can fit into to be part of it. Thank you so much to all of you who tune in this afternoon. I'm going to see you later tonight. Remember, go onto my YouTube channel, subscribe if you can. I actually ask you to, if you want to. Right? If you enjoyed this, I'm asking you to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And to my friends who have subscribed, remember, you can give me that thumb up before you go. It won't do you anything. Trust me. Just leave the chat room for a sec and give that thumb up before you go. Now, the reason why you can subscribe as well as set your notification on is that Facebook is not reliable if you're watching me on Facebook. And if you are subscribed on my page, on my channel on YouTube, right? If you don't set the notification, you are likely never going to know that I'm live again. And remember, if it is not live, it's premiered. You don't want to miss the live charts. It's quite so good. It's a different energy, right? Because you feel it that you are not alone. There are many, many people watching with you, right? Join me later tonight between 9 and 10. If you have the time, please do. Thank you so much. I got a super sticker earlier. Yeah. But I couldn't acknowledge it. Thank you so much to that person and to my new member. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to see you some other time. Not too many other time other than later tonight. Okay. Remember, if you don't allow them, or let me say, if you don't make yourself available for their lies, right? There is no way any of those lies will get or have any effect on you. Remember that. They say know this, and you know peace. As for Fulani Miyetti, they will try harder than what they have done so far. We'll see later tonight. Enjoy your day.